A lot of you are probably wondering, is she ever going to put tape on that poster right there? Your guess is better than mine's. Y'all, welcome back to the Bunny Barn. Today we are going to be doing another Metal Around the World video, and this week's Metal Around the World is going to be on Estonia. Quick little fact, you know their Wi-Fi is really good in Estonia, and even if you're like in the forest of Estonia, their Wi-Fi is like really badass. True fact right there, people. True fact. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this country. As always, I leave out my personal opinions in each video of what I really think, and you know, I try to leave out the whole like, this isn't metal, you know, that's very popular in the metal community. In the heavy metal community, you're gonna hear a lot like, I don't think that's metal, this should not be metal, blah blah blah. It happens, people. It really does happen. I've been vocal myself in what I think is metal or not, but at the end of the day, I am doing a Metal Around the World video, and I gotta talk about these bands. I'm gonna approach a little bit differently here. Usually I talk at all these bands one by one, but I'm gonna do things just a little bit different here because the sound was so close to each other, the way they sound, I mean, and I just it's gonna get boring if I name a band like this band, their sound is like this is where they're listened to in Spotify the most. First of all, a lot of these bands I could not find on Spotify. I had to find them like on freaking YouTube, and I'm starting to think maybe I should recreate a MySpace account, because apparently a lot of these bands that, you know, hard to find, they're on MySpace. So, but MySpace is now a music profile, and I don't have, and you know, I'm not putting up music, I'm not asking for friends on MySpace. So, you know, so just to let you know, this was a tough country for me to look for music in many ways. It didn't, I mean, yes, I'm not gonna get into details of what's been going on in my life, but yes, I've been having a hard time with a lot of stuff right now. But beyond that, you know, heavy metal has always helped me out through my life, and it just so happens I just landed on a country that a lot of their music, I'm sorry to say, I was not a big fan of, but this does not go nuts against the Estonian people or anything like that. But the reason why I'm just bringing this up, because look, I have, you know, I have one of those, you're going to see my expressions no matter what, and what I really think. So, and I don't like lying, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm here to just to tell you the name of the bands and everything, and in case you want to check them out. As always, you know, listen, if you want to listen to these bands, great, go ahead. That's why I am naming these bands. Rather it's my favorite subgenre or not, I am gonna name these bands, because every band deserves to get more out there. That's why. So it doesn't matter my opinion or anything like that, but the reason why I'm just putting that out there, because I know I do facial expressions, and you can tell. So anyway, that was a long intro. Let's go ahead and get into this. First band I listened to, Beyond the Structure. They were actually pretty good, kind of Cannibal Corpse-y, you know. I kind of like them. They only have one full album. I think it was a full album or EP, I'm not sure. They had a few songs. You could definitely find them on Spotify. They're known as technical death metal. Technical death metal. I've never heard of that term before. They just sound like death metal to me, so yeah. Bloodforged, melodic, symphonic-y type of metal. They're pretty decent. Like, I don't dislike them, and it's not that I think they're the best, but I really do think this band, with a little bit more work, they'll really take off. I really think they got it in them. So it's definitely, yeah, they need a little bit more work, but you know, that's always how it is for like beginner bands, or you know, especially when you're from like some place that's not very popular, or at least not well known for their music when it comes to heavy metal. So yeah, but definitely they have what it takes. And Burn Still, I like the cover album to this. I believe they only have one full-length album. It's like melodic deathcore and metalcore, so it's not that bad. It's pretty good. You know, I wouldn't mind hearing some more new stuff from them, and hopefully they're able to, you know, get the money or whatever it may be, so they can make another album. But I really like the album album cover a lot. They're pretty decent, they're pretty cool, especially if you're into metalcore and stuff. You should give them a shot. This is where it gets on my nerves. Okay, I try so hard not to add in bands that are split up, and I usually, when I look, I look and I do my research and I see, oh, they're split up, I don't think I should even bother, because what if people are going to get mad if I tell them about a split up band, and what if they have a hard time finding their information or music, or where to buy their music, I mean. So that's why I try not to. But I did not pay attention to this band Diversia. They're folk metal. Oh my god, I loved them so much. It's like they only have like one demo out, I believe, and it's folk metal, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of the Cranberries, except more heavier a little bit, and of course more folky. But it was just so good, and I was like, fuck, like I only listened to like 1 or 2 songs because I stopped myself right away, because I was like, no, they're split up. There's no more. I'm so upset that I like these, and it's just, I hate when I bump into split up bands that I like Bathory. I don't even know if they're together anymore. Like, are they together or are they just taking a break? I just saw that their last album was 2003, and I was like, fuck, they're probably not together anymore. So, or I may be wrong, maybe, because sometimes I notice Spotify doesn't put all the albums on, but yeah, so pissed that they're not together. And I actually did like this one from Estonia. I think out of Estonia, this was like the one band I liked, and they're not even together anymore. I ran out of tea. This is Jamaica. In case you don't know what Jamaica is, it's a Spanish Mexican drink. I think they might have it in Central America too, I'm not sure. Anyways, moving on, people. Oh, I got this shit wet with my drink. Great. That did not sound right. I am so sorry. No! Fuck. Emphasis. They're like melodic, symphonic, or not my cup of tea, as I guess the term says. They're not my cup of tea. But moving on. I pronounce the name, so I'm just gonna leave it right here somewhere, like always. They're stoner metal. They're alright. If you're into that kind of stuff. I mean, I like some stoner metal, even though I hate stoners and I don't get stoned. But it's pretty decent. It's okay. Not really. I mean, I've heard other bands, but yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. Go ahead and give it a shot. Like always, all links down below. Neanderthals. I'm gonna skip and just go to the next one. I'll leave the link below. I'm skipping and going to the next one. Now the next 2 is Freak Angel and No Big Silence. They kind of just sound the same to me a little bit. This is where I say a lot of their other stuff. In fact, there's a few other bands I kind of listen to, but I just didn't add them in. I feel like just for all these bands, it's just going to be the same thing. It was very industrial and goth sounding, and I know that's like a very, big issue to other metalheads. Like, they're going to be like, it's not metal, and I get it, I've done it too, but I'm going to put it in no matter what, just because, when I was looking at information, those were the bands that popped up. And I get my information from one website, and sometimes I'll just do Google search, and then they'll pop up. So it kind of sounds like some kind of 90s industrial kind of goth thing. Like, I don't know, if I felt like I was watching like The Matrix, or what's that one vampire with Wesley Snipes? Blade. There we go, Blade. It sounded like it belonged in the soundtrack in there. So it was kind of cool, but it was not something that I'll listen to all the time. But it was okay. But I could also see how there's like a huge chunk of the heavy metal community that probably not gonna like this type of music. But Estonia did have a lot of that, I noticed. So that's why I just like put 2 down only. And I was like, I'm just gonna leave it here, because I try to put in a lot of different subgenres of heavy metal in here. I don't want to keep it all like all industrial and goth metal, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so the Forgotten Sunrise, obviously they are listened to more in Tallinn, Estonia, and then of course their sister country, Helsinki, Finland, Berlin, Germany, Mexico City, and Barcelona, Spain. Okay, No Big Silence. Yeah, it seems like they are mostly listened to just in Estonia and Finland. It doesn't really surprise me, because In case you guys don't know, the Estonian language and the Finnish language is practically identical. It's just the way they pronounce stuff, and some words here and there may mean something else. Thank you so much for watching. This was a tough one for me. Holy cow. I just try not to offend anyone, but it's like, you know what, I'm on YouTube. I could be like the 100% nicest person you ever seen or meet, which I'm not, but let's sort of say if I was, people will still find me an asshole no matter what. So you know what, forget it. It's like, I don't want to say I don't care, because I do, but it's like, you know, I'm not trying to offend this country at all whatsoever, but it's definitely, you know, I gotta say, I didn't really find much that I liked from here. And you know, I don't want, you know, it's like, it is what it is, and I hope somebody out there at least enjoys the stuff that I'm about to put links down below. Maybe they will enjoy the music, you know, that'll be great. So anyways, thank y'all for watching, and the next country up is Japan. I am going to have so much fun with this country, I just know it. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. Hopefully the video will be up next week. So far, all my videos, I've been doing a great job and putting them up weekly. So see you guys next week, hopefully, and I'll talk to y'all later.